no one can become one with or equal to God. I repeat it not because I have forgotten, I repeat it because I want to repeat it. To imagine this is to continue one's bondage in material existence. I think it is clear what this city of 9 gates means and how dangerous it is for us to forget it and to be just taken again, to give us for Maya, please Maya, take me, so I want to enjoy. Or please Maya, take me, I am not so disciplined, I am not coming tomorrow. I speak about myself. To Mangalarati, it is difficult to get up in the morning, I'm not doing my service properly. Oh no, I should chant, I shouldn't do this service. That is also just the questions that are very, very dangerous, because it is also the tricks of Maya. Sorry, I'm going back a bit, that the living entity, it is in the text, thus gets different types of bodies under the molds of material nature, again and again and again and again and again, being involved in this crisis of samskaras, yes? So if it is already, if we are, how to say, satiated with it, so it's enough, I don't want more, I just want to get out of it. It is possible. We have all the knowledge. We have such a library. We have such a treasure, such masterpiece given us by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. Only do. So that I'm saying to myself, yes, to myself more. And to be connected with Krishna in all directions. Doesn't matter what we are doing. Even Ajamila, who was such a sinful person, but at the end of his life, he, conscious or not conscious, consciously, it doesn't matter. He got into the connection with God. He was crying Narayana, 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 and then he was saved. Yeah? And Vishnu Dutas took him, and not Yamarajas, soldiers. Only this one detail, to be connected with Krishna all the time, to be connected with him. That is how we can save ourselves. When I was also preparing this lecture, I was thinking as well about Maharaj Bharata too. And he also took the role of spiritual master on him to instruct the king of Rahugana. And he helped him to understand what he has done. So the role of spiritual master in our life is not... we can't understand everything what our spiritual masters do for us, but we can understand much. We can understand much, and we are staying always indebted to them, to our spiritual masters, to Srila Prabhupada, but trying to understand what was it, why it was said this way, why I should do this, and how I should do this, always to be in this connection with our spiritual masters. That means to be in the connection with Krishna. Sambandha, that is what our spiritual teachers trying to give us, to develop with us, to put us into this connection. It is not speaking about Sambandha here, but it is saying here that the living entity gets a variety of bodies from 8,400,000 forms, and that a little living entity has a little independence indicated by the word svadrik, one who can see his own welfare. If we can see our own welfare in the way of how to use all this welfare in the profitable way, using all the instructions we have got, using the help of senior devotees, having this absolute wonderful possibility. I envy the devotees who are living in the temple. I envy them greatly because they are always in the service of Krishna. They are involved they are living in the house of Krishna. And not to use this opportunity, it is bad. Yes. And the others who are living not far from the temple, I mean me and the other devotees, yes, having this possibility always to come and to serve here in the temple. Very, very simple services. Sometimes I'm speaking about a temple in the street and they say, you know what we are doing in the temple, in the ashram? We are doing very, very simple services. That is nothing, how to say, no cosmos, nothing metaphorical or nothing esoterical. We are serving, we are cleaning, we are washing, we are cooking, we are reading, we are associating with each other. And that is such a great treasure. That is such a great treasure. Because as for me, for example, I have got it being already in the age, being not young, absolutely, much more than not young, yes. And for the young people, for the young persons here, I think it's so necessary not to lose a minute, not to lose every opportunity. That is all coming to us by the greatness of Srila Prabhupada, by the greatness of the Acharyas. And I'd like to read one thing from here, from this book. An Acharya, or in Prabhupada's words, a transcendental professor of spiritual science, is a different breed from your modern academician. The transcendental professor takes charge of the disciples and after initiating them into their sacred, studies, thoroughly schools them in Vedic knowledge and trains them in its requisite regulations and disciplines. Acharya comes from achara, a word that denotes the shastric rules of conduct as well as the observant conduct itself. An Acharya teaches such conduct not only by precept but by personal example. The Acharya is exemplary. Prabhupada writes, an Acharya is an ideal teacher who knows the purport of the revealed scriptures, behaves exactly according to their injunctions, and teaches his students to adopt these principles also. Such teachings goes beyond theoretical knowledge. It involves the formation of character based upon the students' modeling themselves after the ideal set before them in the person of the Acharya. Because Srila Prabhupada wanted that the young people develop themselves and then became gurus themselves. To the end, that is from Bhagavatam, because it is not connected so directly with the text, I'm very sorry, but bhakti is what is always behind, doesn't matter what we are doing. Behind us is bhakti. And in Bhagavatam, there are some definitions of bhakti. That is not the definition, but I read it because I want me and you again to enjoy maybe what is allowed for us, what Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas has given to us. You should not consider devotional service merely an activity of the body, senses and mind. It is in fact the eternal absolute reality manifesting itself as the most intense ecstasy beyond the material modes. So, in the street, distributing books, I am trying to think always about what I have got to make myself happy, and whom I should pay my businesses every day. And that gives me power. Only this gives me power, nothing more. Power to distribute the books, because I'm not such a... We're not propagating, we're preaching, because preaching is sincere. That's why preaching is the essence. And Srila Prabhupada said, if you love me, distribute my books. And that's why I'm sometimes maybe very much direct with the persons. But if Srila Prabhupada says distribute, we distribute. Yes? What do you think of it? We distribute. It doesn't matter if it's difficult or not. We distribute this bhakti everywhere in the world. Krishna Prema. Thanks to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has given us this Maha Mantra for us to be able to do it here on the earth. Srila Prabhupada wrote that he was a worker in New York to do this spiritual work for him. So that's all what I could say. I'm not such an experienced, maybe it was not somehow a bit not so, how to say, consequent, but I will try to correct myself next time if I get this possibility. And to be not maybe so sentimental and emotional. And I ask now my spiritual master to correct me.
To what?
To correct me.
Correct you?
Hare Krishna.
Can you read the verse again, or the two verses?
Translation.
Yeah, translation.
The living entity by nature has minute independence to choose his own good or bad fortune. But when he forgets his supreme master, the personality of Godhead, he gives himself up unto the modes of material nature. Being influenced by the modes of material nature, he identifies himself with the body and, for the interest of the body, becomes attached to various activities. Sometimes he is under the influence of the mode of ignorance, sometimes the mode of passion, and sometimes the mode of goodness. The living entity thus gets different types of bodies under the modes of material nature. No? Okay. So, Dara. I hope you can't. Okay, so practical book distributor. What you can say? Practical.
I don't know. It was a good lecture. I have no question at the moment.
If you have got some examples from the street that can be connected with this text.
I have a question.
You have a question.
Why is it important for, I mean, in my opinion at least, it's like that, maybe it's not like that. In my opinion, it's important for everyone at some point to try, even though you may have a lot of difficulty to distribute books on the street, at least to get the experience one time. Like, do you think that's true? And if it's true, why?
Because Srila Prabhupada said it. And Krishna said it. He says, that is my opinion. Krishna speaking with Arjuna to get out of this material, the clutches of material nature. Because Srila Prabhupada says that essence, preaching in the essence, because Srila Prabhupada said that we should distribute books. These are the instructions. Instructions, I'm a very emotional person. Yeah. These emotions and sentiments makes me absolutely kaput. Mind. And to get out of this, yes, we should follow the instructions of your spiritual master and our spiritual masters and Srila Prabhupada. To follow the instructions is not easy because instructions are dry. They are dry. Sadhana, sadhaka, and sadhya. Sadhya is the self-realization, the aim we are going to realize what we have in the service of Krishna. That's why I know, I don't think, I know that is the way of, that is the only way for us to get out of this material existence, and not only for us, that is the way for the others. We give the others the way, and the more the better, to chant what Lord Chaitanya has given to us. We are distributing Mahamantra in the books. Maybe they will not read Bhagavad Gita from the, but they open Hare Krishna, it's already. That's why it is very important. Yeah, that is what you are doing. And Sandrini, yes, to bring as much as possible people to the temple, to listen to Mahamantra, to chant Mahamantra. Because Mahamantra is everything, Krishna. And that is given us not to get into many theoretical, esoterical enjoyments on cosmic things, blah, 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 blah. It is what to do here on the earth. To come back.
So if I understand correctly, you're saying the most important is Sankirtan, but not necessarily particular distributing books, because Sankirtan can be done in many ways.
Yeah, Sankirtan can be done in many ways, yes. Cooking, cleaning, that's what you mean. Everything that we are farming, and that is all Sankirtana. That is all singing, congregational singing of the holy names. Yes, that is all the holy name. That is all about the holy name, because the holy name, Krishna is the center. We have holy name as a center. We have Mahamantra as the center. Yes, and if we are doing the Sankirtan, we are following the Sankirtan movement, then we are getting the profit for us and giving this profit of spiritual life, of simple life and high thinking to the others. Yeah, that is Sankirtana. We are doing it together. Everybody certainly has his own sabhava, psychische, how to say, psycho talents, attachment, not attachment, but inclination to one or the other thing. Yes, that's a long thing, because Varnashana Dharma we don't have that. It's difficult to develop all we have got. But that's why Sankirtana we are doing together, because in the process of following this Sankirtana we can realize all our inclinations, all our talents, all what we can do. But it is better when, for example, in the temple, everybody is doing everything. Giving lecture, cooking, doing puja, mentoring, singing, everything is together. Yes, that is, it doesn't mean I can only give lectures, or I can only cook, I want only this, I should chant only japa because Mahamantra will sell me. Without Sankirtana, together working, that is social. Bhakti is a social element, social, yes, social. How to say social means together. That's why we are doing it. That's why we are doing it together. Yes. But book distribution, it is betoned not by me. It is betoned by stressed by Srila Prabhupada. That book distribution is amazing because we can involve the other people in this process of congregational chanting. Congregational chanting is not only chanting on the farm or in Gauradesh or in Galokadhama. We are sitting here, congregational chanting, beautiful, very nice. You are bringing many people to congregational chanting that they can chant every Friday. That is Sankirtana.
May I say something? I know your spiritual master will be very pleased with you still books. Because I know them. And if you tell him that I'm distributing books, he will just inundate you in blessings. That's the first thing we should think. What the spiritual master is pleased with. Not what I like, what I imagine, what I... And my spiritual master also. If you love me, Prabhupada said, if you love me, distribute my books. So, what's the big question? Whether we should do it or not. No, pleasing the spiritual, pleasing China. This should be our criterion in Krishna service. We should do everything to please Krishna, please spiritual master, please the devotees. Are you going out? Huh? No, why not more? Bhagavatam said that when we do kirtan, we play mridanga, even though here not much mridanga lately, but the mridanga can be heard. Maybe when we open the windows, maybe it can be heard to a block. Yeah? 1 block. And Bhagavatam compared the printing press, the book production, he compared to the big mridanga. This mridanga can be heard all over the world, all over the planet. What do you think? So as we are advancing in Krishna consciousness, we should understand more and more what are the important things that we have to do. What is our mission? What is our perspective? What our plans are. Not just to eat prasadam and sit in the temple and chant our Krishna. No. This should be known. This should be distributed everywhere. And the best way is books. How much can you tell somebody on the street? Huh? Or maybe even your friends, or you give them the book, the picture's complete. Then he really gets the best knowledge he can get. Or she, sorry. Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. She's confirming.
No.
She's sitting on the elevated seat.
Oh, that is just a torture. It is not for me. That is absolutely not for me, but I don't know.
That's your service.
Yeah. It's okay.
You use all this for service.
Yeah.
And also I said before that when you sit there, it's not that you get respect, but actually it's because of the Bhagavatam.
Yes, yes. Yes, it
proper form to speak about the Srimad Bhagavatam. Like also on the altar, when you do your arti, you have to always put your feet on the mat. Yeah. Kusha grass normally. We don't have kusha grass here.
No.
It's kusha grass?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And when you worship the deity also, you should also have a proper seat. Here they sit on chairs, but originally everyone is sitting on the floor. So what is your conclusion? We will give all the blessings, no? Du kriegst den Segen von allen von uns. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna.
good was that I should distribute more books.
Sorry?
That I should distribute more books.
Yes. And if you do this, you will know why. What is this all about, book distribution? Unless you do it, you don't know. It's theoretical. And when you go out and distribute books, you get special blessings, and you feel it. Very special. No? It's anders als wenn es im Tempel sitzt, ne?
Das ist ein anderer Geschmack auf jeden Fall.
Ja, anderer Boden. Was denkst du denn von dem, was du gehört hast? Überhaupt von diesem Thema?
Von Büchern,
Ja. Hast du auch ein Buch bekommen?
ja, ja.
Das war der erste Kontakt, dass du ein Buch bekommen hast?
Nee.
You got a book? Ja. Du hast auch ein Buch bekommen?
Ich habe aus dem Internet eins.
Bitte?
Aus dem Internet habe ich eins.
Ah,
Und da geladen
das-
und dann gekauft.
Wie bist du denn zum Künstlerischen gekommen?
Passat.
Passat.
Das ist wichtig.
Du brauchst Passat. Gut überzeugt zu sein. Und du?
So 3 Bücher bekommen.
3 Bücher. Und du?
Buch und Passat.
Bitte?
Bücher und Passat.
Bücher und Passat. Die wurde überschüttet.
For me, Maharaj, the first time, it was actually the first time I got in touch was not actually book. I was just crossing the street, Gauradesh, for some other meeting or reason. And I heard the Kirtan. And like, wow, it's Indian Kirtan which happened. And I looked up and I saw Krishna photos.
Here?
Yeah, I was just,
We passed by.
yeah, I passed by. I was not aware ISKCON is here. And I'm like, wow, Krishna photos. And then I heard the Kirtan, the chanting going on. And then I know I will come next time, whenever it's done. Then I came in the Sunday fest.
Yeah, well, that was your karma. You already knew. You became attracted because you knew it from your native country. Ja, Hare Krishna. Vielen Dank. Vielen Dank.
Thank you much.
Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Bhakti Bhushan Maharaj ki jai. That's not. What shall I do with this thing? I don't know.